What is up, guys? Zan from Playbook.gg, and in this video we're going to show you what the Playmaker is and when you should use it in Madden 19. Before we dive into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the great tutorials that we've got headed your way here on the Playbook.gg YouTube channel. A popular and frequent question that we get a lot is, what is the Playmaker and when should I use it in Madden 19? Now, it depends on what game mode that you actually play, but at face value, the Playmaker feature is going to be designed to take a close receiver to your quarterback and redirect him mid-play. So you can see on this play, we're just going to set up a hitch in the slot to Allen Robinson. What he's going to do is he's going to run his hitch, which is great against zone, but you can see that it can get played. So this is going to allow us to redirect the receiver. Now, we took a sack, and that is one of the side effects that you need to be aware of with the Playmaker feature. When you Playmaker, you're obviously banking on your offensive line to hold up and allow a receiver to redirect. So you see right here, if the hitch is open, we go ahead and throw it. If it gets covered, we can go ahead and redirect it by flicking the right stick and then finding him as he redirects down the field. So in that example, we had to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. So if your offensive line does not hold up well, Playmaker is probably not the best feature for you. Now, when it comes to actually playmaking a receiver, receiving routes that show the quarterback their numbers give full control. So you see in this example, we can Playmaker this receiver straight to the sideline, even though that wasn't a great read. You see that we can Playmaker him left, we can Playmaker him over the middle, we can Playmaker him up the field as you saw in a previous example, and we could also Playmaker him back towards the quarterback. So what you see is we can use this to give full control and help redirect the user. Now, we haven't really set up too many route combinations, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how a lot of players competitively will start to use the Playmaker in hopes of getting other routes open on the field. You see, many players that play this game will typically use the Playmaker to help pull a user. And the Playmaker is a great thing, don't get me wrong, but the best players are more often than not using their Playmaker as a decoy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you an example where we motion across. I'm actually not going to motion at all. I'm just going to use a hitch in the slot to Anthony Miller. And what this will typically do is we have a crossing route, and our opponent might use the crossing route, but this will allow us to Playmaker our hitch underneath. And a lot of times what ends up happening is a user player will come off their user to pull down on the route, leaving open the deeper route. A lot of players want to play very aggressive, and they want to try to bait you into throws underneath or maybe peel back and use a variety of different routes. But you can see that you have the ability, and I'm just going to throw this ball to Robinson here. You have the ability to really ad-lib a lot of plays, and there are some players out there that really rely heavily on the Playmaker as a heavy part of their passing attack. In fact, I think most players typically have to have the Playmaker in their offense in order to allow them to attack the field a little bit easier. Now, something else I'm going to show you here is the difference between a route that shows you their numbers and a route that drags across the field. You'll notice that we do not have the ability to Playmaker straight up the field, and that our receiver kind of runs at an angle if you Playmaker them. Now, if you play the Madden Ultimate Team mode, there is a chemistry ability known as the Playmaker chemistry. And what that does is that's going to give these crossing routes underneath exact control, where if I flick the stick up rather than running diagonally, he'll actually run straight at a 12 o'clock angle from the point at which you Playmaker him, rather than kind of getting depth and some width to the route as it crosses the field. So if you guys were playing Ultimate Team and this particular player, Taylor Gabriel, had the Playmaker ability, when we go to redirect him, and you'll see right here he starts to redirect, rather than running in this direction that we're zooming in on, he would rather turn straight up field and run directly up the hash mark. So you're not going to see him running across the field. You'll see him more turn and go straight up field, which is very, very tough to defend in zone. So the Playmaker ability is something that you can use no matter what, whether you're a Regs or a head-to-head player, but you will notice that the Playmaker ability is going to really open up your offense due to the precision in which you can Playmaker. So for example, if I Playmaker left in Regs, he does nothing. But if I Playmaker him left in Ultimate Team, what he's going to end up doing is he's going to turn around and run back the exact opposite direction. So you see right here, I put in a Playmaker ability right here. At this point in MUT, if he had the Playmaker chem, he would turn and run straight back towards the sideline directly behind him. But because we do it in Regs, we do not have the ability to redirect him that direction. He's just going to stay on his drag route, and his vector never changes. So those are a few really distinct differences that you'll notice between regular team and Ultimate Team head-to-head. Now, of course, the rule about showing your quarterback your numbers always exists. So if he is showing his quarterback his numbers, you have the ability to playmaker him directly across the field, or, you know, you can see that there are a number of directions that you can playmaker: left, right, up, or down. And those will always apply when the player is showing the quarterback his numbers. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.